Good morning, everybody from Gulf Shores, Alabama. Welcome to a special bonus episode of the Salty Podcast. Today, we're going to talk live right here about getting ready for an upcoming sail to the Bahamas, planning, provisioning, routing, and everything in between. This fall in October, I'll be solo sailing from Orange Beach, Alabama to Key West, and then I'll be buddy boating with Key West John all the way to Georgetown in the Exumas. This will be my first time sailing all the way to Georgetown. Last time I made it as far as Nassau, and then I kind of just ran out of time. So even though I'm looking forward to it, I'll be honest, it's a little bittersweet. It's been 9 months since I lost Salty Scotty and my husband and love of my life. It's the hardest thing I've ever been through. Some of you experienced the same, and when you know, you know. But I'm incredibly grateful for the circle of friends who have been nothing but supportive through it all, including my good friend and buddy boat partner, Key West John. He's been tremendously helpful to me. And we've got a special guest popping in to give his 2 cents on sailing to the Bahamas. So please don't miss that. And if you've got thoughts, tips, or salty comments, we'd really love to hear it from you during the live. And if you're catching the replay, please feel free to comment anytime. We welcome it all. But first, please help support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe and check out some more videos. I'm getting real close to being monetized, and I'm hoping that will help offset some of the out-of-pocket expenses for producing this podcast, because I want to keep it on going, even from the Bahamas. I'm Captain Tinsley of Sailing Vessel SaltyAbandon and Island Packet 320, and this is the Salty Podcast, a bonus episode with Key West John, otherwise known as KWJ, and a surprise guest. Let's get into it. Good morning.
Good morning, Captain Tinsley.
Good morning, Captain Key West John.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll just say he is a double captain. He's a pilot and a boat captain, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. So what are we talking about today, Key West John, KWJ?
Well, let's see. You several months ago, obviously, with a bad experience and then trying to rebound from some of that, you had the, I had mentioned to you over the years how much I like Georgetown. Georgetown is just such a great, I love the Exuma chain. So many great places in the Bahamas, but Georgetown's always been my favorite. And you just said, let's go. You needed a challenge. You needed to get there. And I know you'd been headed that way before and got to Nassau and not beyond. So the challenge now is to get, there, get past Nassau, give it a good wave on the way by, and head down to the north end of the Exumas, and then work your way down to Georgetown.
I appreciate it, because just heading off there all by myself with what I'm going through, it sounded really sad. But once you add Key West John and some others in there, some other friends that might travel with me,
you might have a whole motorcade.
What? I might have one.
You might have a whole, I said motorcade, but a boat cage. You might have a whole motorcade going by the time you get there.
It'll be fun, because I know there's other people that I've interviewed. And I've heard so much about Georgetown from the people I've interviewed, including our surprise guest, who I'm going to go ahead and pop him in. He's a little early, but let's bring him in. Get ready, Hayden. Here you come.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hey, great to get my camera line up here. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Where are you, Tinsley? There you are.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks a lot for having me in here. It's great.
Well, having the two of you here is just extremely helpful to me. Both of you have been very helpful. And so I really appreciate your advice and everything. And over the years and in the future, because I'm not giving it up.
Yeah, I know Key West John knows his way around down there. So that's great.
Well, Hayden and I are very different on that. Hayden has done it nautically. I've rented boats there. I have never taken a boat all the way to the Exuma, but I've flown over there many times. As retired airline, I can fly basically for free. So I go fly there and explore, whereas Hayden and Radine have been able to take their boat there and do a lot more exploring. So it's two different inputs. But great places. I mean, we both agree on that. It's just so beautiful. You can just almost turn in any direction and hit a really nice spot.
Absolutely. We've run down there 10 winters in a row and just love it. And I would say that I would avoid Nassau, although we've been in there a bunch of times. The way we run down is Miami, or anywhere in the Florida coast. And Bimini's an easy check-in. And there's North Bimini and there's South Bimini. And most people, for the first time they go over, they'll go into North Bimini at Brown's Dock because the customs is right there and it's easier. But there's a little secret to South Bimini. When you come across the reef and instead of turning north and going up into North Bimini, you go straight ahead into a pond that's in South Bimini, and you dock there on a floating dock, very easy, and you ride a little ferry across to North Bimini and check in, or you could check in on South Bimini at the airport. So I recommend, going into South Bimini. It's way easier.
I've heard that many times. A lot of people, because they'll come through Key West here and they're headed that way, and I've heard that quite often the last couple of years. People prefer what Hayden was just mentioning.
Yeah.
It really simplifies it.
And then from Bimini, we run down through the tongue of the ocean, and you can there's a couple places to stop just through the tongue of the ocean there with Chub Key, and then we use instead of Nassau. What we do is we use West End, which is the western end of Nassau Island, New Providence Island. There's a big cove there. We go in now. You're already checked into the Bahamas from Bimini. So right there where your mouse was, Tinsley. We stop in there, and then
it's really, you have to go this way, right?
Yeah. You come through the tongue of the ocean right there, and so you pull into there, and then now some people aren't comfortable running overnight, and if you're running by yourself, Tinsley, you would run from Bimini, and you would run up to the tongue of the ocean and drop an anchor, and you would sleep right there on the west side of the tongue of the ocean, right there where my little chart says NW channel. We've anchored there and spent the night there already. Because, once you go through there, the closest thing to anchor into is Chubb, which is not quite reachable in daylight hours from Bimini. So if you don't want to run at night, you're going to drop an anchor there on the banks before you scoot through the Northwest Channel. And then the next day, it's a one-day run down to West Bay.
Okay. Yeah. We actually went from North Cat Key, Scott and I, and this is Chub Key right here, right?
Chubb,
we anchored right there. It was actually closed like Hurricane Marie or something.
Right. But could you make that in daylight hours?
Could you make that in daylight hours? We left really, really early. Like it was 1 or 2 in the morning. It was crazy. But I'd like to do it your way.
Yeah, it's okay to anchor on the banks. Sometimes it can get rough, or if the wind comes up, it's terrible. But so Chub Key, and then from Chub Key down to West Bay, and then once you reach West Bay, everything to Georgetown is a day hop. It's all one day trips now.
There's a picture in here of showing West Bank.
Yeah, there's West Bay. There's West Bay. Day trip out to the Exumas. You get out to Highborn Key or Shroud Key, and then you start working your way down.
Okay. And like Hayden was just saying, there's so many great spots, day trips that you can stop along the way there. I mean, just tons and tons. I mean, you just, they're just beautiful places. You can pull up an anchor.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so wonderful. The hardest part is probably getting to West Bay, getting to Chub Key or West Bay and getting through that Northwest Channel, because most times when I leave Florida, I'll run straight away through there, and I might hit that about 2 a.m. in the morning and go through at night. And it's just, most people won't do that because it's a skinny little channel, but it's about a mile wide. But there's no reason to do that. You just check in at Bimini and carry on from Bimini. Okay.
And you had talked to me in past podcasts about it. You really do like to bypass. Do you just stop and check in, or just stay overnight before the winds change at Bimini?
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck in Bimini. So the challenge is to study your weather fronts coming across while you're in Florida. And if you have a good slow moving weather front, then you can get to Bimini, check in, and carry on the next day. What happens to most people is the front's coming, the wind goes south on the Gulf Stream, and then it goes southwest and then west, and then it blows like crazy from the northwest, and you're making your run across using this south wind, and you get into Bimini and you get docked up, and then the front blows like crazy, and that's okay. You're safe in Bimini, and now you need to wait for that front to blow out. So you might end up being in Bimini, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 days. We've been there a week already, just waiting for weather. So
Yeah. And luckily, you know, I finally do understand when you talk about those things. It took me a while. Like, but John understands it, being a pilot and a lifelong sailor.
yeah. I'm sure flying over is a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a big adjustment when you have a vessel that will go 500 miles an hour. Now you have to adapt to something that goes 5 miles an hour.
Exactly.
So I was cutting through a line of thunderstorms just the other day coming back from Marathon, and I was like, oh, there's a nice gap. Well, in an airplane that would have worked, but in the boat I was 2 hours from the gap, and the gap was and to go around the end was 20 miles around the end. So yeah, it's a different frame of mind you have to get yourself in.
Yeah, it's so true. I can't imagine. I would love to fly. I've been in a small plane already, and my buddy gave me the stick and said, just hold it to that mountain over there. And when I took control of the plane, it was a little Cub. I took control of the plane, and I got vertigo so badly.
Really? You? As much as you're on the water? Really?
I'm looking out the window, everything's spinning around. He goes, well, just let go of everything. Just let go. It'll fly straight and level. I'm like, oh my God. And then it went away. He took over the plane. And then as soon as I took control of it again, and I wasn't registering what I was seeing, vertigo immediately. It was terrible.
Wow. Yeah. That's tough.
Weird.
If the vertigo is it's a very unnerving feeling.
Yeah. Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you were solo flying.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like Hayden offered a very good comment that his friend said, most time in an airplane, let go of it. And it's amazing how well it can do if you just let go of it.
Right.
So anyway, not that we get into aeronautical lessons here. But,
no, go ahead.
But that is something good to know. Sometimes in an airplane, you're fighting to just let go of it. And it's amazing how well it can do.
So, what else? So from there we get I was thinking we go from Key Largo, but I have gone from Dinner Key.
If you get if you've got a front coming in and the winds have shifted to the southwest, and you can ride the Gulf Stream up, you're getting a good ride. You can do Key Largo to Bimini, and then, but like Hayden said, you got to be checked in and get on out of there, because if the front's coming through, then you're gonna get the strong northwesters, and you're gonna have to sit it out. But yeah, you could ride from Key Largo up there.
Easily.
Or Bimini. I still have to go to Bimini. I can't go to Cat Key, North Cat Key.
There's no check-in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I do like, their plan was to go to No Name Harbor, and John's that too.
Yeah.
And I've been there earlier this year on a rented jet ski to check it out, and that looks like a great place.
It's a good place.
Oh yeah, No Name Harbor is great. And then you can run over to Dinner Key Marina if you need to get any provision or fuel or anything like that. It's very short, just across the bay. And then, but yeah, No Name's a great place to launch from.
Yeah, we used No Name last year for 2 years ago when we went down to the Caribbean, and I did not know, but there's a nice grocery store within walking distance from No Name Harbor up to the store. And there's a free shuttle that runs up and down from No Name up to Key Biscayne. Yeah. And you can ride the free shuttle back and forth. So we walked up, got groceries, and then the shuttle brought us back. So we use Dinner Key and we use No Name. Those are the two.
No, the big thing with No Name, don't count on any nightlife. Key Biscayne does not encourage nightlife, and so. They don't want any of the other crowd. We won't mention their names.
I love it.
Coming down there.
Yeah.
So there's the reason I know that we tried to watch the U.S. Open tennis finals one years ago, and so we rode into Key Biscayne, and it's a 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock match. there was nothing. We finally went to the fire department and watched it with the firemen for a little bit. I mean,
That's
by 9 o'clock,
resourceful.
it's rolled up. Yeah, 8 or 9 o'clock, it's pretty much rolled up. But anyway, there is the store that Hayden mentioned is a great way to get stocked. And
I think we spent a week in No Name Harbor waiting for a passage to go out to the Bahamas. So
it's a great state park. It's really well run, and you could, like I said, spending a week's not bad there.
I love Biscayne Bay. I've said it many, many times. I've written articles about it. It's the second best sailing destination on the entire East Coast of USA. Number one
is your happy place.
Yeah, it's my happy place. Number one is Newport and Block Island Sound, that area up there, because the trade wind, or not the trade winds, but the southwest winds come in every day up off of Block Island. And the America's Cup was there for hundreds of years. That is a fabulous sailing area. You don't have any of that until you get down to Biscayne Bay again. So I mean, you have the Chesapeake Bay, but that's the only winds you get on that are frontal winds when a storm's coming. Yeah. So
that's some good points, Hayden. I like that.
Yeah. Biscayne Bay is trade wind sailing every day, coming across the bay. You sail north and south, and when you're done sailing, you go to one of these eastern beaches to anchor off of.
And you're saying that's a good place to test out everything, kind of do a little shakedown, make sure nothing's broken.
You got the weather fronts come every 7 to 10 days. So you're going to be waiting a week for your next weather window or longer. So while you're waiting, you can day sail every day in Biscayne Bay and practice your equipment, check things out, work your anchor gear. You're going through provisionings and you're eating. So now you got to restock, and that's convenient in Biscayne Bay. So you can sit on the waiting pad in Biscayne Bay and still have a great sailing season, even if you don't get past there for some reason. It's still fabulous. It's wonderful.
It's one of your happy places.
Yeah, that's
I've heard you say it.
One of the best places on the East Coast.
Yep. And I've heard both of you say that in there, and for people who don't know, that you can't stay overnight on the wall inside a No Name Key, but you can during the day, and then you go in the middle and you anchor. And it looked really calm in there when I was there.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
It's fabulous.
Even if it's rough out in Key Biscayne.
It's just because it's just one little small opening that goes into the little round harbor there. So it doesn't get anything.
It does get crowded, and people short scope it in there. So when a front or wind comes through, people drag, and it's
short
chaos.
Scope. I like that.
I like that term because I saw an older guy that had gotten him a young girlfriend, and we were watching one day, and he had a power boat, and he was dropping anchor straight down and no scope, and we were like, okay, and everybody would watch. He would start drifting back, and finally one guy yelled and said, "Let more scope out." And he didn't know what he's talking about. So he had gotten a boat. He just thought, okay, I dropped the anchor. I do this on my my John boat when I go bass fishing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I like that term, short scoping. And you got to watch people in there doing that, because if you start swinging, there's it's kind of crowded. It can get crowded if you get 15, 16 boats in there.
Oh yeah.
So yes, short scoping. You got to watch. I like this term. Great.
Short scope.
But the beauty of No Name is when that gets crowded in there, you just up anchor and go out in front of it, out in the open, and you drop out 120 feet of chain and you lay it all out there, and you have no problems. Then you're going to sleep well, because you're not going to drag, and the current switches in and out there, so you flip around on the current, but you got 120 feet of chain out, so you're good to go.
Oh yeah, that is great, because that little area right there on the southwest side out there, it's a good straight line. Like I say, good easy anchorage. 8, 10, 12 feet of water. It's good.
Perfect.
What do y'all think it's going to be like in No Name Key around mid-October? I got to get there, so it might be the end of October.
We got to get the Farmer's Almanac out for that.
Well, you're going around in hurricane season, so that's a little early.
Yeah. Well, by the time I'll probably leave Orange Beach mid-October, and it's going to take time to get down there. I'll get down to Key West. John will help me with whatever, do some things to the boat, and then we'll go up there. So it might be November.
That would be better.
You're going to start to get fronts coming through by then. So,
But
like
what I'm asking about is how busy it's going to be in there.
No,
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you don't go, the weekends will be busy in there, but during the week
Right.
you'll be okay.
Yeah,
I mean, with anchoring and everything,
yeah,
there'll be room for us. Okay.
And if there's not, there's plenty of other places to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Like where?
Just get the Biscayne Bay right off.
Yeah,
of
get
Nixon,
the Biscayne. You can
right off of
anchor
Nixon's
anywhere in
helipad.
Biscayne Bay.
Right off of Key Biscayne, you just anchor off of Nixon's helipad, and you got
Yeah.
sandbar to your right, and it's fine. There's tons of places to anchor in Biscayne.
Yeah. All of Biscayne Bay is it's about 10 feet of water. Just about all through the whole, and you can just anchor anywhere out there. It's great.
Exactly.
Okay. And I've been there. I stayed at Dinner Key Marina, the biggest marina I've ever seen in my life, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
And the mooring field. It's just like I don't know how many boats are there, but it must be 1,000 or more. I mean,
it's huge. Yeah, they got a big waiting list.
I think they have cleared it out some. I think they've made a pretty good effort with the derelict boats there.
They have.
So it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, they ask how many boats there are. There are too many. That's about it, because there are a lot.
we'll get in somewhere. Yeah.
But anyway, you get there, and now you got to head to the Bahamas.
Right. But the good thing is that we can wait as long as we need to, because it's a good place to. Okay.
Exactly.
So we go to Bimini, and I do have a document I want to show. I my best friend and I chat GPT. We came up with a list.
This is a weird relationship.
I call him Brother G because I used to go to Hawaii a lot. Brother means brother. So I call him G, Brother G.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm using Grok's AI, Grok.com. That's awesome. Elon's. Yeah.
Is it good? You like it?
They're all doing the same thing. They're fabulous.
Okay, let me find this document.
They're all taking over.
They are. They are.
One day they're going to tell us, "I'm not listening to you anymore."
Exactly. Exactly.
I think we got about 10 years.
I don't think so. I think you got about 3 years.
Okay.
I think Hayden's correct. 3 is more like it. It's quickly changing.
It's changing rapidly.
Yeah. Zuckerberg just decided to put $5 billion into developing a super intelligence.
Yeah.
So $5 billion goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. These guys have the money to spend.
Yeah.
Document checklist. Oh yeah. You got to check in your pet.
I'm trying to zoom it in here.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So here's the pet part of it per cat.
Yeah.
So it has links here for Bahamas pet import. You got to go to these and fill out these and that one. And then I have to have a health certificate completed by within 48 hours before arrival. I got to get the chip, which I can do now. Rabies certificate, less than or 30 days. Parasite treatment. So there's a lot going on there. I'll have to do some of this in the Keys.
Well, some of that you could do, probably most of that right at Dinner Key Marina up in Coconut Grove. Coconut Grove, I'm sure there's a vet that does this all the time.
Oh yeah. Hayden's right on there. I would do it at Dinner Key. Like I said, Coconut Grove's gonna have everything you need.
Yep.
Okay. And then here's for the boat.
This is not gonna be the first time they've dealt with this.
Exactly. And so here's the cruising permit to fill out there.
Yep. I've used that.
I've got this. So as I always heard, the documentation for your boat is like your passport for your boat when you go out of the country. So I've got all that.
And
valid
your
passports.
Insurance document.
Okay. I don't even have that on here.
You need to have a insurance declaration page usually.
Okay, I've got it on my computer.
Yeah, if you check into a marina, a lot of times they want to see your insurance declaration page. That shows you have insurance, because they won't let you in a marina if you don't have insurance.
I've had to do that. And if I left it for a month, I had to have their name put on there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Firearms. Last time I did take a firearm, so I went through that process.
Yep.
You have to know how much ammo you have.
Yep.
Because I went up there and they said, "How much ammo do you have?" And I said, about. And they go, "Don't guess." If we board you and you don't have it all there, they're going to say, "Where's the body?" That's what they told me.
Right.
So it was no big deal. Like she came to the boat the next day and she was really nice. I took her picture and we counted all the ammo. And then fly quarantine flag.
Yep.
And y'all can jump in anytime here. Bring your click to clear after permit okay, so that's this up here, right?
Right. That's a neat document you'll get back an email that shows
Okay.
you.
And I'm hearing what I'm seeing online, it's very expensive now.
They got
800.
crazy. Yeah, their fees have gotten crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're going up. Yeah.
I heard I guess I have to get a 6-month. Is that what I have to do? Get 6 months?
Yeah.
It's like $800. Something crazy.
Yeah. It used to be 300 bucks. It used to be, yeah.
Yeah. It used to be 300, but yeah, it's gone crazy.
Now don't forget you need a Bahamas flag.
I got it.
Good.
Okay. I have an
Not,
extra
I'll get
quarantine flag if you don't have one.
I should have both, but that was on enough different boat. I assume it's on. I think I brought it all to this boat, but yeah, I need to check on that. What is this? Exit form. So you got to check out.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT made this nice
That's
little.
good. No, that's perfect. That's all accurate.
Hayden, I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm flying planes over there. The guy I flew for after I retired. And then when I was flying charter,
Go get my coffee. Be right back.
We had a departure tax on aviation. Do you have that with the boat? Do you have a departure tax?
No.
Okay.
There's no departure tax for yachts.
Okay.
You just clear out. Yeah.
Like I say, my experience has been, even after I retired, I flew charter over to the Bahamas and Cuba and all that. And we always had the departure tax, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. No departure tax. Cheers, Tinsley. I got a coffee with you there.
Yeah.
Well,
Cheers.
Y'all are
Cheers.
behind me. I've got rum going.
Ooh,
Y'all got to catch
lucky
up.
you. Well, that's because you're in the Keys, and that's the smart place to be.
Yeah, we are all here because we're not all there.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, my picture froze. Can y'all still hear me?
We'll thaw you out some way.
Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to say what he said. He said he's in the Keys. He's supposed to do that.
While you were gone, there's Hayden and I talked about, because when flying charter planes over to and from, you have to pay a departure tax on each passenger. You don't have to do that on a boat. Hayden answered that for me. So there's no departure tax.
I'm going to tell you something I did that they looked at me like I was crazy. So officially, and I like to be a rule follower, pretty much almost everything. I like to speed a lot in my car, but anyway, so it said that if you leave the country, that you have to turn in your firearm, and they hold it.
What you broke up? What'd you say?
They said it says in there that if you leave the country, your boat, that you have to turn in your firearm and let them hold it. And I did it, and they looked at me like, "What?" I go, "Well, they looked at me like, you want us to do what?"
I guess people don't comply with that. It sounds like.
I don't think so. And I instantly felt stupid, but now they already knew, so I had to go through. They were like, "All right, fine." I mean, it was like a big bother to them, but they did, and so we won't say anything out of turn here, but that's officially what you're supposed to do.
I checked out of customs during COVID down in Grenada, and the buddy boat I was running with is a popular YouTuber. I won't name him, but he's also an ex-Marine, and we're walking out of customs, and he's got an over-shoulder long gun, another over-shoulder long gun, two briefcases of weapons, and I walk out with him and go,
"Wow,
holy hell, what are you doing?" He goes, "Nobody's messing with my family." I'm like,
"Yeah,
I am running with you. We're staying together, okay?"
That's.
I left him in the dust. Unfortunately, I beat him to St. Croix. From Grenada to St. Croix was a 60-hour run, and I got there about 12 hours ahead of him. Shouldn't have happened, but I couldn't.
He's right. You get down there, you need to increase your artillery probably a little bit. And I thought I had a very similar story. I talked with a guy. I was flying with a ex Coast Guard guy, and they had intercepted drug boats, all that kind of stuff when he was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, what kind of gun do I need? When I was thinking years ago about going to the Bahamas, I said 9mm, 38, whatever. He said, take an AK-47, and I said, what? He said, that way you sink them, and then everything's over. You don't have to kill anybody. You just sink them. An AK-47 will sink most any boat.
Yeah.
So you got somebody messing with you, you sink them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, don't they have a rule about
what things when we're trying to get to Georgetown and chat and chill?
Well,
Let's go. Yeah. We won't need any machine guns at Georgetown.
No, we don't need a machine gun in Georgetown.
Well, a lot of people ask about this stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I still am not clear. I mean, could I take a rifle? Because I mean, I have one of those at AR. But,
you better keep all this stuff private that you're saying.
Well, I do want to put the word out. Don't mess with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always say, you try to come on my boat, I got something for you.
Yeah.
I'm in Alabama. I know how to shoot.
So hopefully this is not going to be required. So we're passing and we're waving at Nassau as we go flying by on the west side. And we're headed over to the north.
We're going south. South of Nassau is Shroud Key, where you're going to kayak into the lazy river.
All right, let me find that.
Yeah.
We are okay. Shroud Key.
You got the first key is Highborn Key, and then south of Highborn you got Shroud Key, and then south of Shroud Key you get Cambridge and Wardrick Wells, and then Staniel Key Yacht Club, the Pig Beach, and then Black Point, and then it's on to Georgetown. Yeah.
And one thing to throw this in, because I know Hayden and Radine have a very, very capable dinghy. And especially I are kind of limited on our dinghy. Down in the Bahamas, it's nice to have a really capable dinghy that has some pretty good speed, because you might be going great distances. Yeah,
there's the lay of the land. There's Highborn Key first, and then you have Norman's Key, which is also near Shroud Key, and then below Norman, Shroud Key, and then Hawksbill, and then where it turns the corner to the east, that leads you to Wardrick Wells. That is like number one happy place that everybody, when you get to Wardrick Wells, you really think you made it, because it's just, it's a national park and it's phenomenal. And it's where you see those boats in that long, skinny channel, and they're on a mooring ball. And that is quite the place to reach, is Wardrick Wells. But
let me see if there's another one in here. Here it is.
Right there. So see how the Exuma chain sort of bends to the east? That spot there, that corner is Wardrick Wells. Okay. And then south of Wardrick Wells, most people, these are pretty tricky little places, these other Compass Key at Cambridge and Sampson. Everybody kind of goes from Wardrick Wells to Staniel Key. That's Pig Beach.
Yeah.
Well, that's a day trip. Wardrick Wells to Staniel Key. Now you're on Pig Beach, and you got the Staniel Key Yacht Club. And then the next one south is Great Guana, and that's Black Point.
Yeah, good. All these are great places. Great places.
They are the places. There's the grotto. That's Pig Beach right there.
Right here. Where? Right here?
Up at this top X, where it's big major spot. Yeah, big major spot right there. That's where I live. I anchor there, and then I dinghy around to Staniel Key Yacht Club. That other X right there, Staniel Key Yacht Club. I dinghy to there.
Okay, I see it.
There's your airport, Key West, John. You land in that?
Oh yeah, I've been in there several times. Yeah, and I have friends there, Vivian and Berkey, that run the general. They've got general store golf carts, Boston weighted boats, and everything. And
Staniel Key is a dream.
Yeah, really, Staniel Key is a really nice place, because it's protected. There's a lot to do there, and it's a good place.
Love it.
I know you guys talked a lot about Staniel Key Yacht Club.
Yep.
And how
it's a must stop. You don't pass this.
Yeah. Do not pass. And I'm too old to do it now, but I did it about probably 15 years ago. I highly recommend jump through the hole in the top of the Thunderball Grotto.
No, I'm not jumping through the hole. No.
I'm not either.
You got to do it while you're young. It's crazy. It's 22 feet.
Too late.
It's I almost chickened out, and finally I threw my flip flops down, and once you do that, because you can't walk back down over that
Right.
rocky corally thing. So
Right.
and I'm glad I did it. I would not do it again, but I'm glad I did it. So
Yeah. I'm
Tinsley,
not
you're
doing,
young enough to still do. You can still do it. You're young enough.
yeah, I'm not doing it. We could throw Tinsley in.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I've never been one to jump off of really tall things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's really crazy is you're standing up there, and you look down, and it looks sizably long distance. But when you look out across the water of the Atlantic or the bay to the west, you realize that that's the height of that water down there, and you say, "Gosh, I'm way up here." So
Yeah.
but it was exhilarating.
I've heard so many people, that were paralyzed from jumping off into water.
Well, no, you swim into there. The pool underneath is probably 12 to 15 feet deep.
Yeah.
So you swim in there, you check it out, and you can't miss the pool, because if you come through the hole, you're going to hit the pool.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's. I mean, I got a tattoo on my back. I never said I'd do that.
Tattoo, you got to do this. If you'll do a tattoo, you should do this. And I'm gonna still hold Hayden. I'm gonna still keep him under the radar to do this.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a jumper either. I would no. I think
It'll take care of the vertigo. You won't have vertigo.
No, I would not. That would wipe it out.
Yeah. But it is a delight, even if you don't jump through the hole, to swim into this thing. Is a dome. It's like a domed out cathedral when you get inside. Beautiful. And you swim in on either end. At high tide, you'll have to snorkel in, but at low tide, you can swim in with your head above water. There are cutouts on either end, and once you get in there, it's beautiful. And
it is.
Yeah. So
there's no chance of you hitting a wall or anything.
No,
it opens up after you drop through.
Once you come through,
it's a big grotto, big round grotto, and then the grotto comes up around, and there's a little tiny hole at the top. And you can climb
tiny.
up the outside.
It's 8 feet. That's not tiny.
You got a little tiny hole up there. You jump through and you drop down into the grotto. No, thank you.
What is the distance that you're jumping?
20 feet.
22 feet. 22
Oh, that's 2 stories at a Gulf front condo.
Yeah. I've been down there swimming in the grotto when people come flying in from above.
That's something good to do. At least do that. Get under there and watch people drop in.
Yeah.
But they locals, they had to quit years ago, quit promoting it. So they don't recommend or promote it, obviously for liability reasons.
No. That is Staniel Key Yacht Club, Ground Zero. You're already down Georgetown there. You need to back up a slide.
Yeah, you're chat and chill. Yeah.
You back
How
up
about
there.
this one?
Okay, now right there you can see. Go forward one. No, well that's Black Point. Go back where the big overview was. Right there. So now you can see at the top there's Staniel Key, then Great Guana, which is Black Point. And then you got a couple exits from the sound side that you can go out onto the ocean side. And that's what you have to do in order to get down to Georgetown. So you go out one of these cuts. We usually go out up at Black Point or down at Farmers or Rudder. We use those 3. And then you come out. And now if you go to the next slide, you'll see once you come out one of these cuts, you got about a 35-mile run. I don't know how far it is. And that's the entrance into Georgetown. Now you come in from the north and you come down to Chat and Chill, and that's where you're gonna base at, right there at Chat and Chill. And then that town is across on the other side.
Where's the new mooring field?
Well, it's all along there where all those 4 X's are. Those are all mooring fields now.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know how much? I haven't been there since they put the mooring balls in. It was just a big anchorage, and I always liked it that way. And I've heard pros and cons both ways.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel, Hayden.
Yeah, I haven't been there since they've moored it out. It was a big debate. Cruisers didn't like it, but there'll be 300 boats in here.
Oh yeah, it's proud. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's a whole community. It really is a community.
Yeah, it's really good. And then, the Chat and Chill is a great place to hang out. You come over to the town, like Hayden was just mentioning. One, you got that little lake there. You can come under a little bitty bridge if you're in your dinghy, and you come in there, and then you've got a couple places to tie up and go to the grocery store. And then the Bay Area over there are a few hotels. We would always stay at Augusta Bay, was a really good place.
Wait, where are you talking about? Over here in Georgetown?
If you see where it says water, see where water is written?
Yeah.
Right in there.
Yes.
There's several hotels. I think
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's right in there.
Yep.
Okay.
And a cool little thing to do there. I know, Hayden, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the fish fry. Now it's a little area. You walk up the road, and it's basically it's like a bunch of food trucks, but they're food shacks.
Nice.
And it's called the fish fry. But I've never seen fried fish there. But everything else is good.
Yeah.
Chef
Yeah.
Bo's ribs are just to die for.
Yeah,
but
it's
a great
fun.
little place. Yeah.
Yeah, Georgetown is fun. There's just, if it were not fun, there would not be 300 people there. There's a
Exactly.
little message for you, Tinsley.
Yes, James Morris says, hi, Tinsley. You might want to mention the recent increase in fees to enter the Bahamas, as I heard they tripled. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I heard it was like $700 or $800 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went from 150 to 300, and now I think it's gone crazy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, James.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to drop in there? We appreciate it. But
Georgetown, what I do is I anchor over at Chat and Chill, or now I would take a mooring ball if that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And we base over there right at that X right there at Chat and Chill. And then when the fronts come through, because again, every 7 to 10 days, you're going to have the east trade winds are going to go south, and then the south winds are going to go southwest, and then they're going to go west, and they're going to blow like crazy from the northwest.
Yeah.
So what we do is we would up anchor and move across to town where, if you go scroll down a little bit, that X, I would go over there.
Oh, yeah.
I would anchor here for the frontal passages, and then I had an easy access to town to get off the boat and ride the dinghy in. And then when the front passes and it gets back to north and northeast winds, I go back over to Chat and Chill. So I would move back and forth across the harbor here, where most people go to Georgetown and they anchor or moor, and they never move for the whole season.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good plan to do that way, because that exit Hayden's talking about is very protected there from west and northwest.
It is. We would move over there for any frontal passage. It was great.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick search and see how much those mooring balls are.
I think they're.
Yeah,
they have a monthly.
I don't know what they charge, and I think I don't know if Hayden might know, but somebody might know. I don't know if they're required or if they're just recommended or.
Well, what I wish they would do here, since they put in the mooring balls, I wish they would have a very successful pump out boat, which they don't have.
Oh, yeah.
They did have one, and the guy would just take it out to sea and dump it, because they don't have sewage system that's going to be able to service all these boats. But with the mooring balls, I would think should come a decent pump out service, and that would help. That would make it worthwhile.
Is it is that Stocking Island, moorings in Stocking Island?
Yeah, that would be it. That's Stocking Island. Chat and Chill is Stocking Island.
And one thing that Tinsley,
500 per month.
Whoa,
ain't bad.
Wow,
$250 per week.
500 per month.
That, if I'm looking at the right thing, we have many deep water. Okay, so this is a resort, St. Francis Resort Marina. That might be something separate.
That's inside those little ponds up there. If you scroll up a little bit, you see there's 3 ponds up right off the Chat and Chill. 1, 2, 3 little ponds there. They
right
all
here
have,
and here.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. They have mooring balls in them, and St. Francis Yacht Club that you just called out, they rent those balls out inside there. Those are the premier locations to be at.
So what would I call it? Like the Georgetown City mooring balls? Or...
I'd do Chat and Chill mooring balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah. I need to ask ChatGPT and not Google, but I'm asking Google. I'm asking the old news.
We've mentioned, I don't know if anybody listened, we've mentioned so much about Chat and Chill, and Hayden and I are both very familiar with it. We've been there. People need to realize how great this place. I mean, it is basically Chat and Chill. You have a beach. They have chairs for you. You have at the end, they're making a conch salad. And then they've got their little bar, a small wooden bar, and then they cook something every day. It's just a great, great place to chat and chill.
It is. And then they got volleyball courts there. And
there's
all kinds of volleyball competition going on. They got a burger joint, cheeseburger joint, and beer.
Yeah.
They got a little gift shop. And the beach wraps around that point. You got a beach on the inside of the cove, a beach on the outside. It's just, it's paradise. It's a perfect boater's destination.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's just, and because you refer to somebody. A lot of people, they say, okay, you get to here, and they call it chicken out, that you don't want to go farther. The reason a lot of people don't want to go farther, this is, like Hayden just said, it's paradise.
That's all you need.
Why keep going? This has protected water, clear water, great facilities, everything.
Yeah, the beauty I like about it is whenever something breaks on your boat, which happens every third day, there's somebody in the harbor that knows how to fix it, or has the part you need. And in the morning, the VHF radio net chats up, and there's a section for I need help, or can anybody have a solution on this problem? And
that's what I like. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's people there in the harbor that know exactly how to fix the problem you're having, and they will come over and they will gladly help you and show you how to fix it. And that's one of the keys to all of Georgetown, is the community aspect of the boating community helping everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is just a great community that's developed. And I think we've talked about it before. You've got kids that they know kids, they've grown up down there. They go to school. They homeschool there. And the kids know each other. They
got church beach and everything. They got yoga on the beach. Yeah, it's a community. And at the end of the season, I always thought this was a little funny, but at the end of the season, they have a prom, if you will.
Really?
They do. Didn't know that. They have a formal dinner and a formal dance and a prom, and they have it at the end of the season, and that's the wrap up of the season. And that series of events goes on for about 3 or 4 days, and there's something going on. There's dinghy races. There's around the island race. It's called regatta. So the Georgetown regatta.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it gets busy during the regatta time.
Right.
Yeah. And that's like in March or April, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There's your mooring ball fee, $32 a day, depending on the boat size. Weekly available, $500 a month, $250 a week. Wow.
10%.
plus that. Yeah, of course.
Your value-added tax. Yeah. Wow.
I wouldn't mind paying $500 if it's, my boat's going to be secure. I don't have to worry about it. And especially if you need to fly home, which I won't because I have cats, but John might need to.
Yes, I can fly. I can fly,
for free.
Basically for free out of Georgetown anytime.
Nice.
That's to and from the American, several flights to Miami.
Oh, you fly for American?
No, I flew for Southwest, but I have retirement benefits with everybody. So, but I could. But gosh, that's
a nice benefit.
They're making good money off those things.
That's good for them. It's good for them. Now, just
it says it's managed. It's managed by Elizabeth Harbor Conservation Partnership. These helix-driven moorings are by reservation only and are located just off Chat and Chill and Sand Dollar. You can make them through DACWA or EHCP site. There are no first come first served. Some social media chatter mistakenly quoted fees around $1,100 a month, and others claim $1,500, but the correct amount $250 a week, $500 a month.
Yeah.
Gosh, now, did you find out if you're still able to anchor? I would assume they can't take that away. I wouldn't think.
I'm sure you can anchor. Yeah, I'm sure you can anchor.
Yeah.
I'll ask it. I'll ask my brother G. Reserve early. Especially in winter season, reserve early December through April to secure a spot near Chat and Chill. Ask for GBE, Gaviota Bay East Field if you want shorter dinghy rides, and check drawing limits, of course.
Okay.
All right. What was the question you asked? What was the question?
Yeah, about if you can anchor. They can't restrict that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
unless they're Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still anchor.
Okay, James says Tinsley, they're okay with firearms in the Bahamas, but you can get in trouble with firearms in other countries. Yeah. I know. You at the very least they might let you mail it home. That would be the very least that could happen to you.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna stay there because that's the only one that I know.
Yeah. All right, you might now that you've gotten to Georgetown. Remember, I mentioned to you podcast. I had and you told me to hold it as a surprise.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Hayden's been this way or not. We talked about a different way for her to get there. Is going south of K-Sal Bank and south of Andros. Now you've got about a 330-mile straight shot.
Ooh,
Have you ever done
ooh.
anything of that, Hayden?
No, I've never come in from the bottom,
Yeah.
around the bottom of the banks and across
Yeah.
the banks. No, I've
Yeah.
never done that.
I
I
know
like
a
to
lot of
anchor.
people
I
that
like
go
to
to
anchor every night. Is what I
yeah.
like.
Yeah, a lot of people go to Cay Sal Bank because from here it's 70 or 80 miles, and supposedly the fishing's great and all that. Yeah, if you have to, I mean, this gets to be a really long run. It's down south more. Yeah, yeah,
There you
keep
go.
south. A little
Yeah,
more
there you
south.
go. Below that,
Oh,
there you go.
yeah,
Under Andros. Go under
about the
Andros.
about the bottom line of the screen. If you went around, see the Cay Sal Bank out there to the west.
Yeah.
Cay Sal Bank. They go
Yeah.
go south of the Cay Sal Bank, south of Andros, and right up there into Georgetown.
How long would that?
No, no.
I would not do it, but that is an option. That is, I think I plotted it as 330 nautical miles.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm not.
that's too much for
doing
me.
that.
Well, we're the same. We like shorter days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want shorter days.
I want to anchor, have a nice evening. Yeah, go for a swim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's knowing that about us, how long do you think, knowing that John and I both like to have shorter days and chilling out, how long do you think it'll take us to get to Georgetown if we just mosey along?
I've gone from Biscayne Bay to Georgetown in 5 days. That's the fastest I've done it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
normally you might take a month just to casually work your way down there because you're going to want to spend 2 or 3 days at each of these stops along the way.
Oh yeah, like he
You
mentioned
could
earlier.
spend a
so
week
many
in,
great
you could
places.
spend a week in Staniel Key. You could spend a week in Black Point. You could spend a week in Wardrick Wells. Right there's 3 weeks there. Now from Miami out to where that first Red Arrow stops, which is Highborn Key, that could be about a 36-hour straightaway run. But
Yeah.
most people break that up in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So
I would want to go 3 days.
That's 200 miles from Miami to the first Exuma Key is 200 miles. So once you get there, you're day hopping. So, I would take a month to get to Georgetown. I really would.
I think that's a good plan with really great advice. Because it's like a friend of mine was he took off 3 years leave of absence to sail around the world. And I was talking to him about it. He said, well, I can make it in 2 years, but I want to see the world.
Right.
You don't want to just fly and get there.
No.
So start because the Exumas are so beautiful. Stop along the way and smell the roses.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, you can get there in 5 days. I did it with delivering a friend down there once that had a apartment rented, and we left Miami, and his apartment started 5 days later, and we pushed and made it to Georgetown in 5 days. Not fun.
Well, people always ask me how long it takes to get from Orange Beach to Key West, and I go, the way I go, or I'm not going right across the Gulf because if there's a major problem, I probably wouldn't know how to fix it. So,
Right.
and there might be a major problem out there. And what did those Mike and Bill? It took them like 4.5 days. When
That's Tinsley had a couple of her friends were down here, and they were actually on the dock right next to me, and they went straight shot. I plotted him with my ForeFlight, which is aviation thing, and those guys evidently had a really good autopilot. They did not waver a bit, but it was 3.5 days for them. I think.
Bet.
Yeah,
3.5. And when they almost made it when they started having problems with the engine. They were like within sight of land. I mean, but Bill was able to fix it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that I would have to call CETO or something.
No, it's always a fuel problem. Whenever you have a problem with your engine not running, it's going to be your fuel system. There's a plug of debris in one of your fuel fittings. And one of the things everybody should do while they're sitting at home at their home dock is tear apart every single fuel fitting from the fuel tank to the engine, take it apart, look through it, blow through it, put it all back together, and get the engine running again at your home dock. This is the number one thing to learn before you go offshore. Tear your fuel system down and put it back together.
John, can you help me with that?
Oh yeah. And the bad thing about it, if you get out there in the middle of the Gulf at night and out away from shore, it always sounds like the engine's running rough. The gremlins move in there, and you start hearing things. You start seeing smoke. It's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like your path that you take to get down here. Stay around the shore.
Yeah, it's going to take me. I like to stop and ride around on my little bike, So-
I mean, you should make this trip be, 2-3 weeks to get yourself around to Biscayne Bay, 2-3 weeks hanging out in Biscayne Bay, waiting for the perfect weather window, and then 1 month to make it to Georgetown, and then spend 2 months in Georgetown minimum, and then coming back is easy because it's all downwind. The return trip is really wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get the.
It might be so I could cut some time off getting to Key Biscayne for John and I to meet in Marathon instead of.
Oh, yeah. That'll save you 2 days if you just go straight to Marathon.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then we could hang out there and look at all our systems and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for a follow-up episode coming up here pretty soon, and Hayden has got Hayden got a lot of experience with this. If you get there late enough and it's starting to get close to summertime, you could leave Georgetown, head up to Eleuthera, and then go into the Abacos.
Yep.
And then go back to Palm Beach, cut through the river across the state of Florida.
Yeah, the Okeechobee.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about that because I have 48-foot mast, and I think they have some 50-foot.
It's 49'6". I've been under it twice. You can make it.
Yeah. Just
I can
keep
make
your head
it.
down.
It's 49'6".
Yeah, but that
would be devastating.
I'm going to obligate Hayden for this right now. That here in a few months you need to come up with an episode of going from Georgetown, via the Abacos to get back to Orange Beach.
Every time we went to the Exumas, we came back that route you just described.
Oh, did
to
you? Okay.
Eleuthera up to Spanish Wells to Little Pete's Harbor, Pete's Harbor to Hopetown to Marsh Harbor back. Yeah, that was our run home always. Yeah, it's great.
There you have it. You get your satellite network set up, got your business going over there.
Yeah.
You can come home that state of summer and come home that way.
Well,
I think Hayden has been to the Abacos in March or April, which is that's too cold for me. I like to wait till at least May. Yeah, because it can get very cold up there.
I always left Florida in January, February. That was Exumas, and then I'd be in the Abacos for April, and then May 1st I'd hit the Florida coast to come back up. Yeah, so I'd be April's for Abaco.
Yeah,
yeah. I've been to Bimini in December, and it was cold.
Yeah,
right.
All right, get to Georgetown first, and then Hayden's got the trip for you coming back.
Yes,
you act like you're not going to be there, John.
I'll be there, but I probably won't go. I probably won't go to the Abacos. I won't go that way back because that takes me way out of my way.
Yeah, it takes you so far north. You come back in at Fort Pierce minimum.
Yeah, I might be crazy enough by then to take the south route around Andros and take South Bank.
Well, knowing how much you don't like to sail for 36 hours, I don't see you doing that.
That's way too long for me. It's
my longest ones will be from Dog Island to Tarpon Springs. If Scott was with me, I would go Destin to Clearwater. That's like almost 2 days. But if I'm by myself, I'll just add a few extra days. And then when I get to Captiva or Fort Myers, dropping down to Bimini, will be about 18 hours. I mean, not Bimini. I'm sorry. Marathon.
Either Marathon or Key West. And like I say, you do save a lot going straight to Marathon. That's only a 1 day for me to get there.
Yeah.
In Marathon. So, but that saves you 2 days to backtrack to come out this way and then get there.
And I want to try to stay away, to anchor as much as possible.
Right.
And I know that you do that, Hayden.
It's easier. It's way easier.
I get spoiled in
it's a pain in the butt docking. It's way easier just drop an anchor and dinghy in. So, you want to have a good dinghy set up and easy to deploy it. Yeah, we anchor for 6 months at a time. We never dock.
Well, so much money you save. I mean,
we don't pay for docks.
And there's getting about into that time in South Florida, it can be challenging to find a spot, especially with these prices. Someone commented when 2 weeks ago when Stan from QS was talking about, and there's probably going to be a lot of people in that mooring field in QS that are going to avoid the Bahamas because of the cost.
Yeah, I would think it would reduce the number of boats.
Yeah. The last
Absolutely.
time we had a big surge here was during COVID, and the Bahamas had such tremendous restrictions that we had, a dozen or so
Big old
super
yachts.
I'm talking about 150,
Yeah.
180 foot yachts. They were just anchored out here.
We had them here in the
Yeah.
intercoastal here.
Yeah.
So,
You know what it costs to check into the French islands in St. Martin and Martinique down in the Caribbean?
how much did it cost?
About $2. Some are
Oh,
free,
God.
maybe $2.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm headed that way.
St. Martin.
If I go south of Andros and Sal Bank, I'm headed that way.
Come down to St. Martin. It's fabulous.
I don't see that happening for John. I don't know.
Oh, the last time I talked when Mark got his boat here, that after he'd lost his boat in there, Irma, and then his friend that he worked with years ago down in the BVI gave him that 42-foot Beneteau.
Gave it to him.
Well, yeah, he had worked for him for 10 or so years. Felt sorry, and the insurance paid him $90,000 for the boat. And he knew Mark had lost his boat. Anyway, he just gave the boat to Mark, and so Mark had to bring it here. No mast, so he's got a sailboat, right? Because that's what happened to all those boats down there. These ripped all the upper rigging off, and so I was talking to him along the way. That he did that route, right along
motoring
the DR,
the whole way.
DR, Cuba, and all that. And
Good for him. Well, it's downstream. That's the way the current runs.
Oh yeah. So,
Wow, this is somebody from here.
Look at that.
Josh. Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
Josh. Okay.
I
So-
know Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, you met him when you were
Yeah,
here
yeah,
at my marina. Hey, Josh. Oh, that'll be awesome. Yeah. So
There you go. You got a buddy boat already.
There you
I
go.
know he knows how to fix stuff, by the way.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah.
Don't lean on them too much, or he'll leave you.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. He might not want to travel with
exactly.
me,
So
but I'll just get that credit card out if I have to.
Yeah,
So why,
right.
why are you sailing so fast today? I can't see you.
That's funny.
Oh my! Well, that's good. Yeah, that'd be good. Now you got paired up. You can have a motorcade coming down because.
And I'll be honest with you, I like to add a little personal thing here, but with me being all sad and everything, I was worried about me just taking off and being sad,
Yeah.
But the fact that Georgetown is such a community,
It is.
it sounds like it would not be sad. I mean,
You'll fit in down. You'll get something going down there in a hurry.
You're going to love it. I predict you're going to go back every year for many years because it's really paradise.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a great destination. It's not easy to get there. It does take some effort and challenge. Like Abaco's are a piece of cake. I mean, difficulty level on the Abaco's about a 2. Georgetown, I'd say about a 4 or 5, just because it's a longer run.
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of good advice and a great phrase I learned today. Short
A lot of
scoping.
fun, Tinsley. We
Short
love
scope.
it.
Short
This was
scope.
fun. Thanks
I
for
love
the
short
invite.
scoping.
All right,
you.
you signing off, Hayden?
All right. Well, I'm going to say, and that is it. Tinsley out. Island Spirit out.
SaltyAbandon out. Island Spirit
See you.
out.
Bye, everybody.
That's it. All right,
See you later,
everybody.
Hayden.
Thanks a lot.
John, you're not.
Appreciate it all.
We'll be back in touch.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's afternoon now, so I have to stop drinking. So I guess I better go.
What? It's afternoon, so you have to stop drinking. That's
you
fine.
can only drink in the morning here.
So we'll do another one and talk about other things. I have a lot to accomplish. Like I got to get the Garmin going back. It's
you
still,
got to get your boat ready now. You got to get going on the boat.
So basically, maybe Josh did offer to help me with things. Maybe he could help. So I put in a new Garmin autopilot, and when they did it, unnamed company did it. They cleared out my depth and wind speed from my chart plotter, which is also a Garmin. And John and I tried to fix it. We upgraded the software. We put new charts on there. It did everything, rebooted, followed all the instructions. And I can see the depth on one of those side.
The Ray Marine has depth. The Ray Marine instrument has depth.
Yeah, and I used to have, when I bought the boat, it had a Ray Marine chart plotter, but now I have the NEMA 2000. After I bought it, I got all that put in. So I have that challenge. The teak's being worked on, which is not a major deal. We both probably have a list of things we have to accomplish. and then I'll do my shakedown. It'll start and work out all the problems by the time I see you.
All right. Yeah, don't bring me problems.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for doing this. We'll have to do another one and talk about, other provisioning.
Yeah.
Dinghies, all that stuff.
There you go. All right. Good deal. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, Key West John. And with that, SaltyAbandon,